guess you guys have been living under a rock for the past like 5 hours, then you guys will, and you guys are obviously like very aware of this CBS interview of R.Kelly, him explaining about what happened in the past with him like having sexual assault and like abuse towards, you know, minors under 17. And this interview is a mess. It's like, just in case you guys haven't like seen a snippet of it, I'm going to show you guys a few seconds of his outburst on camera, and it's a mess.
Have you ever had sex with anyone under the age of 17?
No.
Never?
No.
I have to tell you, it's so hard to believe that based on all that we've read.
I'm going to tell you something, Gail. There's one I'm going to tell you something.
What women said about you.
What women said about me. What women, so nobody's allowed to be mad at me and be scorned and lie on me.
Mm-hmm. So they're lying on you. That's your explanation. They're lying on you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
You feel that people have maligned your character?
I have been assassinated. I have been buried alive. But I'm alive.
So I think the point you're making is, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you have never held anybody against their will.
I don't need to. Why would I?
Well,
How stupid would it be for R.Kelly, with all I've been through in my way, way past, to hold somebody, let alone 4, 5, 6, 50, you said. How stupid would I be to do that?
I didn't say you were holding...
That's stupid, guys.
I didn't...
Is this camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's stupid. Use your common sense. Don't forget the blogs. Forget how you feel about me. Hate me if you want to, love me if you want, but just use your common sense. How stupid would it be for me to, with my crazy past and what I've been through, right now I just think I need to be a monster and hold girls against their will, chain them up in my basement, and don't let them eat and don't let them out unless they need some shoes down the street from their uncle. Robert, stop it. Y'all quit playing. Quit playing. Robert. I didn't do this stuff. This is not me. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years of my career.
Robert.
30 years of my career. Y'all trying to kill me. You're killing me, man. This is not about music. I'm trying to have a relationship with my kids, and I can't do it. Y'all just don't want to believe the truth. You don't want to believe it.
At this point, we briefly paused the interview to give Kelly a moment. His publicist helped calm him down.
I hope this camera keep going.
No, we're going to let the camera keep rolling.
This is not true. This doesn't even make sense. Why would I hold all these women? Their mothers and fathers told me, we're going to destroy your career.
But Kelly's emotions remained raw.
It's real girls out there missing. It's real young girls out there being abducted, being raped, okay? They really are on chains. They really do have chains on their wrists, and they can't get out. Robert, and they're ending up buried in dead.
Robert, we have to have a conversation, really. I don't want you just ranting at the camera.
I came here for them to hear me talk. But I need help.
What kind of help?
This is the kind of help I need.
Yes, what kind of help?
I need somebody to help me not have a big heart, because my heart is so big. People betray me, and I keep forgiving them.
I'm not buying it. I don't think like anyone's buying it, especially Gail, which is the interviewer. Yeah, the interviewer. In the beginning of the interview, she was trying to recollect his accusations in the past. To which R.Kelly himself denies, and like he says that he's never sexually assaulted these girls or locked them in the basement or whatever. And as you guys can like see, he's trying to play the victim here, which is also why no one's buying it. Literally, like, he's been arrested like numerous times. Like a lot of like victims have come forth and tried to trial against him because of what he did. And what I think about this whole interview, well, like I said, it's shit. It's like the fact that he claims to be like this like person with a big heart, and he said that he's been in the industry for 30 years, and that he has a big heart. He cares so much about the kids, and he even attempts to go on a tangent here and go off to talk about like other kids who are off being sex trafficked. And the one part that kind of stood out to me the most was the fact that he said, like, I don't need to, like, abduct, like, little children or anything like that. I don't know. It seemed kind of sketchy to me. It seemed like he's trying to, like, bait himself out. He tried to convince himself that he hasn't been involved with just, like, type of crimes. But, like, the fact that he was, like, giving out such, like, a really, like, dramatic performance, and, like, the way he was, like, reacting, let's just say that he didn't do it, and a lot of, like, accusations coming to him, like, for, like, the past, like, decade or so. And like, today he's sitting in the interview today, and the interviewer is asking questions, barraging questions, and is trying to say otherwise. He wouldn't be acting like this, if that makes sense. If he wasn't, like, guilty of his crimes, he wouldn't be acting like this. He wouldn't try to, like, put, like, such a, like, dramatic act just to persuade the interviewer that quote unquote it wasn't the case. Like, I know, like, people who are watching the interview have been, like, they already know, like, they know for a minute. They've been knowing for as long as, like, he's been, like, accused for the first time. That might be like decades ago, but it's still, like, relevant in today's standards. Like, he denies, like, a lot of, like, past, like, you know, accusations and all that, allegations, and he keeps referring to the present time, which of course he's, like, not, like, no longer doing, you know, the assault on minors, which pretty much, like, almost, like, proves everyone's point that he's just trying to put up a facade, turn it around, and he plays the victim card, like I said before. And, like, I've, like, seen, like, interviews of, like, the victims he's abused, and it is, like, very heartbreaking. Like, I don't think anybody can, like, come forth and, like, explain in great detail. Like, the victims actually, like, came forth and, like, explained in great detail, mind you, as to what R. Kelly did to those minors. That alone is, like, enough to believe, like, this story, like, their story, and whatever he says is, like, invalid, because he keeps saying that, like, what they said about him was lying to him, was, like, blatantly making up stories to make him look bad upon his career. But in actuality, him trying to defend himself, that makes things a lot worse for his case. Like, you know, obviously R. Kelly has already been taken into custody, you know, because of his allegations, and, like, finally they've been getting to his ass and trying to get to the bottom of this, because people have been investigating this for, like I said, for, like, literally years, and right now people are just cracking down as to what the fuck happened, you know, because, like, he's been keeping, like, all these minors, you know, into this house or basement, whatever. And the fact that he has kids, like, I don't know if you guys caught that already. Like, I don't know, like, R. Kelly's personal story, like, directly, but, like, he said that he has kids, and that also worries me, because, like, not only that what he did was underage girls is kind of scary, is that I don't know what the fuck he's going to be doing to those kids, his own kids, you know. If, like, the media or, like, anyone else hadn't, like, caught on, like, God knows, like, what else is he gonna do to, like, those kids, and, like, how even more people, like, he's had come across, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like a whole, like, mind-boggling situation that could have been, like, solved, like, a long ass time ago. And R. Kelly hasn't really been, like, the best person to handle the situation, you know what I mean? Like, he's denying the fact that he's actually, like, done a terrible thing, and I think that it's what's like making him worse. But the fact that he's, like, playing the victim card here, like, I think that he's not really, like, a good person. On a bright side here, like, I can tell, like, this interview is gonna be memed to hell. Probably, like, one of the best memes of, like, March 2019. But I guess time will tell. I mean, like, as of now, like, shit isn't looking too good for little Ronald Kelly here, you know, because he had a one-hit single, but, you know, he had to fuck it all up. Like, I believe that it's kind of unjustified in terms of, like, what they've been going through, and this is, like, the fact that he's been getting away with, like, a decade, and I feel for him, you know. I feel really bad for those people, you know, and I wish that they'll seek the help that they need, you know, and it's like I hope that they'll get the justice that they deserve, you know, and just put R. Kelly behind bars, because I don't condone that kind of shit, especially from a washed up superstar from a whole decade ago. So if you guys want to give your own intake on the situation, please let me know in the comment section below. And did I miss anything? And don't forget to subscribe and like, and I will gladly see you guys in the next video.